All right, so I got a new character here, and I am going to show you guys how to put an attribute up to 11 using the special book. So the special book is going to be back here in this room here. So it's going to be right here on the floor. I mean, it might be off a little bit, but it's always going to be in this general area. So before you pick up the book, because the moment you pick up the book, you use the book. So before we do that, we are going to go into settlement creation mode, and we're going to build a chair. Just a basic chair. That's all we need, right? And then we're actually going to pause the game, and we're going to go into settings, we're going to go into gameplay, and then we're going to go into survival mode. Now it's going to give you this pop-up. You want to say yes. If you always play in survival mode, you don't have to switch because you're already in it. But if you're like me, I'm not a fan of survival mode. I feel like it just bogs the game down. No, not throwing shade. Not throwing shade on survival mode here. If that's your cup of tea, then more power to you. I'm glad that you enjoy it. It's just not my cup of tea. So anyway, but if you're like me and you don't play survival mode, you want to switch into survival mode before you sit in the chair. And what you want to do is you're going to hit wait, and we're just going to go max time. We're going to wait 24 hours. All right. Now you see how it says that you're famished and dehydrated and lack of sleep? That's because in survival mode, you have to eat food and drink water and sleep. And if you don't, as you can see on my action points, I've got some red on the bar, and I've got a few icons down there some of you may not be familiar with. One of the side effects of being without the things that you need is that it lowers all of your special attributes. Well, almost all of them. Eventually you do get, like if you go long enough, you do get penalty to all of them. But we wanted to get intelligence down because this character had a 10 intelligence. So now what we do is we go and do this, and now we can use the intelligence, the book on intelligence, which we could not do before. So we do that, and then we just go to settings, gameplay, and we switch back to very hard mode. Now it's going to give you a pop-up that says that if you switch back to out of survival mode, you can never switch back. I don't care because I don't play on survival mode, so I always click yes, but be aware that if you go into survival mode and then come out of survival mode, that's it. You can never go to survival mode again. It's a one-shot. And you'll notice that the hydration and the fed and all that, it's gone. And our stats are back, and we now have our 11 intelligence. All right, so that is how you can use the Your Special book to increase your attribute beyond 10. This can be used on any attribute. I know that I didn't have any penalties to strength or agility. I think agility was because I already had a 1 naturally. For strength, there are lots of beers around, and Gwinnett ales and Gwinnett stouts and stuff around Sanctuary. If you give yourself alcohol addiction, you will get a -1 to strength, and then you can do it that way. Or I believe if you go long enough without eating and sleeping, you will start to get penalties to your strength as well. But it would just take a little bit longer. And, you know, like I said, there are, of course, other options. There's chems. The catch-all one is if you can get enough Excel together to get addicted to it. There's only like 3 or 4 in the game. But Excel gives you -1 to all attributes. So no matter which one you're trying to raise, if you can't figure out any other way to do it and you don't want to go into survival mode, you can always find Excel and get addicted to that. And it'll just give you -1 to everything. But make sure you have a refreshing beverage or an addict all available, because that's having -1 across the board is pretty rough. Anyway, thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.